So, next comic, it's also from the States, which says a lot about the economy there. Anyway, next guy is Socrates. Come on, put your hands together.
Hey, thank you very much. Give it there for Alexandru. How y'all doing today? Happy in the park? Yeah. My name is Socrates. I am an American. Yeah, never mind. It's cool. I get it. I watch the news too. And if you're wondering real fast, let me explain this, because I'm told I have to explain it right off the bat. I was trying to learn Dutch, and it's hard to learn Dutch, so they were trying to encourage me to learn a word at a time. And the word of the day was aangereden, which if you don't know, and I guess you might not, it means to be slammed into. I'll use it in a sentence, which is, ik ben aangereden door een scooterklotzak. Yeah, see, if you don't know, that means I got slammed into by an asshole on a scooter. And they gave me this little thing here, so my arm kind of got broken. What happened was there was a car driving on the bike path, and then that was surprising, because it's a bike path, it's not for cars. And this old Dutch dude didn't quite get that. When I asked him why was he driving on the bike path, he said he was following his GPS. Yeah. It's funny now. It kind of angered me at the time. But the scooter, also confused, was staring at the bike, at the car, and instead of looking straight ahead, so as I came around the blind corner, I saw the scooter at the last second, and I was going to say you shouldn't drive, without looking where you're going, and the car shouldn't drive on the bike path. But what I said was, ah! And then there was a slamming experience, and then I flew for a lot longer than I would have expected, which was great because I was completely uninjured and it was peaceful and I was flying, but I did not stick the landing. No, the landing stuck me in the end. So I got to do a little experimentation. They talk about Dutch doctors. Roger, you mentioned that Dutch doctors are, not really helpful. When the ambulance, well, first of all, the guy on the 911, which is of course 112, 911 is not helpful. Which is not good after you just had a crash, you're trying to think clear. And he asked me where I was. I was just in a bicycle accident, my arm is broken, I'm wherever I ended up, I don't know where the hell I am. Fortunately, there's a bus stop nearby, because I don't know if he was going to send anybody. And then he told me that they weren't going to send an ambulance, they were going to send a taxi, or I should take a taxi, because I wasn't going to pass out. So if you ever need an ambulance, remember, the words are, I'm about to pass out. That's your important Dutch lesson for how to assimilate in this country. And the ambulance came, and he offered me fentanyl. Any taxi who can give you fentanyl, it's a good taxi. I'm not saying I haven't taken a taxi and picked up some things like that, but it wasn't expecting it, you know what I mean? And they eventually got me to the hospital, and they offered me morphine, which is a strange offer. Would you like some morphine? Yeah. Yes, I would. I would really, really like this. Later they offered me more morphine, and again I said, yeah, I'll take seconds. Morphine is my 5-star drug, and so I've never actually had one of those paracetamol things. I'd like to try one of those one day. So at this point, actually, so I asked, what do you think is coming? What's the deal with my prognosis? They told me this is what the Dutch call a helaas pindakaas situation, which means, oh well, peanut butter. It's kind of true, because a couple of months since it's happened, it didn't really work well. This is all they gave me, by the way, no cast, no nothing, just this. And it's it's what they would have done at the crucifixion had I fallen. Just wrap a vine around me, give me a little opium. It comes good, they say. It comes good. Not so good now they might want to do surgery on me, but it is what it is. So the last time I was out in the park, actually a little while ago, it was a different experience. I almost got arrested. At the last second, I was able to explain to the police officer that I was merely having a gender reveal party. It's a boy! That's my park joke. So yeah, these others, they give me, I'm doing Oxycontin recently. I was doing that to sleep. I was just doing 5 milligrams a day though, which is what the US would call microdosing. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that would land, but I took a shot at it, you know what I mean? And yeah, another Dutch word I'm trying to learn, I recently was told, which is the word for frequently. You know this word? It's V-A-A-K, with the V's and F's, so it's fuck. Use it as train. Fuck, the train is late. So my arm makes a painful pop. I yell out frequently, Fuck! Like that. But yeah, so on completely different topics, the things that, trying little things, whatever. I noticed I've been here now 12 years, 13 years. When I came here, it was King's Day, and it was Queen's Day then. Now it's King's Day, because the patriarch destroys everything. But about 10 years ago, I broke my hand, and the doctors here, they call it like this thing. It's conservative treatment, which is a nice way of saying the Dutch are cheap. They did a thing when I broke my hand. They kind of squeezed the bones together. I don't know why. It's mean. And then they let it go. Maybe it helps. I don't know. So when they did it, I knew it was going to hurt. So I wasn't trying to say anything. I was trying to keep it inside, but I'm an American and it really hurt. So I started saying really slowly and really loudly, I said, "Jesus, mother fucking Christ." And I screamed this through the hospital. So loud that my friend told me he changed his life. He never wants to be that person. And the problem is I was sort of a born comic. I wasn't on stage yet at the time, but a second later I said to the doctor, I raised this arm up, I said, "Now do this one." Which unfortunately he found really funny, and he started to laugh, which really hurt my other arm that he was holding on to. So sometimes you got to keep your mouth shut is all I'm saying, you know what I mean? Especially if you're dealing with a doctor at that moment. But, so yeah, I've been trying to stay in shape. It's not easy. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm a little pregnant. I think. It's been about 5 years. I'm hoping eventually to birth it, a little ham or something. But a friend of mine told me that the way you work out your weight is that your height in centimeters, mine is 100, should be your weight in kilograms. So I'm 185 centimeters. So he says I should weigh 85 kilograms. But I weigh 93, So I'm left with the dilemma. You know what I'm saying? See, my whole life I've gotten taller and heavier. So I can either reverse the trend and lose weight or gain 7 centimeters. So I'm figuring I'm just going to grow the 7 centimeters, right? How hard can that be, I've done it up till now, I don't have your support, which is really discouraging because I thought it was a great plan, man. So this leads me to another great Dutch word that unfortunately applies to my situation more and more, and I heard myself say it oftentimes. Anybody going out with a Dutch person? Any Buitenlanders, Outlanders? You going out with a Dutch person? You guys, is this a, we all know you're Dutch, sir. We all picked up on that. How long you been going out?
6 years.
6 years. So you've heard, do you speak Dutch now? Beetje, yeah. Well, the most confusing word in Dutch, and I'm sure you've heard it, for us that have never been here, it's a very strange word, and that word is, you know this word? You've heard it, right? It says, you don't know what the hell it means. Was that good? Was it bad? I don't know. I hear myself saying it when I'm waiting for trains. Is that me? Of course, there's those worst times to hear it. I think the worst time to hear that word is after sex. That's all right, huh? Still better than hearing it before sex is all I'm saying. Because that's really depressing. Yeah, we're going to go do this thing? But as an American, like I said, I've been here 13 years, and America, you guys heard of it? Impressed still? Y'all still want to move there? No? See, I can see one person wised up. I always think I want to go to America. Why? And where? You know what I mean? Foreigners who go to Kansas always confuse me. Why the hell would you go to Kansas? I've never understood. But when you ask an American, what's the best country in this world, they'll tell you. Still, it's America. Woo! USA! USA! People used to join in, you know what I mean? It was. I'm 56, so I remember a time before COVID. But, it's like, you ask the British people, after Brexit, they're still, it's England. Not Scotland, not Wales, they don't exist. But England, woo! But you ask a Dutch person, what's the best country in the world? They all go, I don't know, I think. Hello? The Netherlands? No, it can't be. Can it? Well, yeah, it's not the weather and it's not the food, But, when you're living under a sea and it's dry, you got smart people around you, can't be but so stupid, you know what I mean? Like putting guns everywhere, how to keep the school safe, lock all the doors, But the other great thing about the Dutch in general is the most Dutch word of all time, which is, of course, swaffelen, That's actually not a well-known. It means to slap your dick against something. Actual Dutch word. Yeah. Used in context, they told me is swaffelen in a kerk, slapping your dick against a church for some reason. Second most endemic Dutch word. The most Dutch word, of course, is gezellig. And swaffelen is very gezellig. Gezellig is a word, basically means a warm, wonderful thing that we all do together. Like today, it was cloudy and cold. But we all came into the park as a group, warmed it up, and look at it. It's warm and sunny. The power of gezellig, you know? One guy appreciates enough to actually applaud it. Yeah, I agree with you, you know? So it's like, when I left the house today, I thought it was going to be cold. But then I said, no, it's going to be gezellig. So far it has been. Let's see what else we got here. I'm sure I got something else to say. Yeah, again, as an American, you know, living here in Europe, I find it's interesting the way we're perceived, you know what I mean? And it's the way you end up speaking, you know what I mean? A lot of, again, language is such a crazy thing. That's why I love Dutch in its own way. It's a difficult language, but it's a fun one, you know? And like another one of my favorite Dutch words, by the way, if you don't know, is the word for nitpicking, you know, doing little annoying things, is mierennoken, which literally translates into ant fucking. It's a pain in the dick if you ask me to ant fuck all day, but I'm just saying. But it's like, you know, like the French, you know, the French accent dooms you to being, you know, arrogant. You know what I mean? Even if you're the nicest person in the world, you know, what is wrong with you? Did you fall down? Would you like some help? Yeah. But the American is, you know, also bad depending on where you're from. You know, you're doing that southern, you know, well, I'm doing your doctor, I'm going to do a little surgery on you. You got a thing there in the back of your head, I'm going to drill a hole through. I'm going to pick it up. You'll be all righty here. Yeah. Of course, I'm from the north, so that's sort of mean on me to. But I moved to Florida, which is south of the South. And, yeah, let's see. I'm sort of running out of things here. I'm trying to come up with new stuff on the way. But he's like, hang on, wait, there's a background. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'll finish with one last thing here. Another one of my favorite Dutch words is, again, you're all from not here. This is clearly not a very Dutchy crowd. But who's from South America? Where are you from? Ukraine. Fantastic. I've heard about your country recently, but never know. I wrote a poem about Putin once that didn't. It wasn't nice, but nonetheless, in Ukraine, and I guess it's a weird word for the moment, but when you love somebody and love something, like in America, we call them our sugar pie, our sweetie, our honeybee. It's a word for fattening, because if you love somebody, give it a heart attack, you know, kill it. What's the Ukrainian word for my favorite little thing? And I know it's not Putin. Is it fuck Putin? I think it might. Fuck Putin. I like that sound of that. You know what the Dutch say? Also fuck Putin. But the Dutch word is schatje. Schatje. You know, this is, how do you have a word schatje for your, you know, it's like you go into bed, oh, it's a falling asleep, my little schatje. Shit. It just seems kind of counterproductive word, you know what I'm trying to say? But I prefer the word outje, which is a little onion. But an outje sounds nicer, doesn't it? Maar een outje. Wil je een biertje outje? You know? Wil je Putin wordt dodelijk outje? Do you want to kill Putin? But anyway, so my name is Socrates, Slav Ukraine, and I will see you guys another time. Thanks so much.
Hey, put your hands.